Hi besties and welcome back to my trash channel. I'm not sure what to say, so just enjoy the video. I love y'all. Whoa, your place is nice. She smiled as she rested her bag down on a small table whilst sliding off her shoes. Atsumu held the door open for her until she was completely inside. Kayumi was already far ahead of them, probably wanting to have the least amount of human interaction as humanly possible. And clean. How do you even maintain this? Atsumu chuckled, closing the door and bending down to untie his laces. Well, Omi's kinda a clean freak, so everything's gotta be spotless. You don't know how many hours I've seen him cleanin' for. Did you just call your boyfriend a freak? What? He looked up to her, his eyes squinted and his hands moving to untie his second lace. He's not a freak. Why would you call him that? What? I said he was a clean freak. Still, that's kinda rude. I'd never call my boyfriend that. Atsumu scoffed, standing up as he had finished taking off his shoes, brushing his hoodie down once he was upright. Atsumu wasn't sure if she was being serious, but it sure as hell did piss him off. But he wasn't going to take her words to heart. She doesn't exactly have a say in how he talks to Sakusa. Good for ya. But I do. He squinted her way before forcing a smile to his lips. He could already tell the next few hours were going to be painful, though luckily he had Sakusa there, and Sakusa had him there to support him. Would you like anything to drink? No, but I do have a question. Go for it. Do you need help studying? If not, you might be a distraction to me and Kayumi. I don't mean any harm. Atsumu scoffed. He didn't think she was going to make it this obvious that she didn't want him around. Her acting needed a lot of work. She couldn't just act nice and polite one minute and act like a complete bitch the next. Atsumu sure as hell wasn't going to take any of her bullshit. I don't know what I did to make you dislike me so much, but I'm not leaving you alone with my boyfriend. The word boyfriend tingled in his mind, but right now wasn't exactly the time to be getting flustered over Sakusa. What? I didn't. You can get your stuff out. Go sit on the couch. I'll go see what Omi is doing. He didn't give her any more time to talk, quickly walking over to the kitchen where he assumed Sakusa was probably making himself a drink or something, which he was right in thinking as he walked in on him boiling the kettle. Make me something. No. Sakusa silently walked into the living room where both Atsumu and Rose were sat cross-legged around their coffee table. He questioned himself as to why they didn't just sit on the couch, but he didn't care nearly enough to probe. Hey. Omi-kun. Atsumu smiled as Sakusa placed his coffee down on the table and sat in the gap between the blonde and Rose. Rose had most of her things out, her bag left open beside her, her laptop and notebooks on the desk as she tried to find where she saved her essay on her laptop. I asked you to make me a coffee, so where is it? I said no. I thought you were being sarcastic. Well, I wasn't. The more you know. Atsumu huffed as he grabbed his own bag. He didn't expect to study much. He was doing okay in his classes and didn't exactly need any help, other than when he would borrow Sakusa's notes, but he decided to empty his bag. Don't pout. I'm not pouting. You're most definitely pouting. Sakusa smiled to himself as he raised a hand, his fingers pinching around Atsumu's puffed cheeks. The blonde instantly blushed but didn't pull away, letting Sakusa do whatever he was doing with his face. You're so cute like this. No. But you're always cute. Atsumu was about to say something before he was cut off by the girl beside Sakusa who cleared her throat. Ahem. Could you read my essay? Oh, right, sure. Sakusa's arms rested on the glass coffee table, crossed, and his legs spread beneath it as he read the essay. It was extremely long, but not the worst. There is no way she could be failing class with an essay like that. Well, from what he had read so far. Atsumu was sat bored next to him whilst Rose on his other side smiled almost too brightly, watching Sakusa's every move and expressions. Needless to say, it pissed Atsumu off for some strange reason, though he didn't say anything about it. Sakusa hummed to him as his eyes traced every written word on the laptop screen, though it wasn't long before his eyes widened. Both Rose and Atsumu saw his expression as clear as day, though both had very different reactions. The blonde smirked as his fingers traced circles on Sakusa's thigh, though they slowly but surely began to creep further until they were just about at Kayumi's inner thigh. he scoffed, taking a sip from his coffee before slapping the blonde's hand away. No touch. Ouch. Omi. I barely even touched ya. Well, I could feel it. Don't do that again or I'll hit you twice as hard. Is that a promise? It was indeed a promise, which Atsumu was soon to find out. Sakuatsu hitting him on the back of the head, though he didn't use enough force to actually hurt the blonde. But Atsumu was always known to be overdramatic at times. Ouch. Do ya mind? No, not really. My essay? Oh, right. Sorry. This is actually pretty good. Yes, very good. You haven't even been reading it. You've been playing with my cup for the last 10 minutes. Shut up, Omi. It's good. Here, let me read that. Right double quotation mark. Atsumu grabbed hold of the laptop as he tried his best to pull it over to his side of the table, though he was stopped by a hand pressing the laptop lid down and holding it in place. Please don't snatch my laptop like that. You might break it. Oh, I didn't even use enough. Just, please, don't. Kyumi has already read it. Why do you need to? Right double quotation mark. Kazumi is blind. He can't read. If anyone can't read, it's you. HAA. No, I've literally walked in on you using text-to-speech to read your essays to you. It's a good way to check for mistakes. You could always just ask me to read it for you. That bot isn't all too reliable. You would help me. What? Of course I would. I somewhat do already. Just ask for my help instead of stealing my notes. I need them too, you know. I don't just make them for you to use. Omi. Atsumu practically leaped on him, his arms tucking around Sakuatsu's waist as Kyumi's cheeks flushed. He wasn't sure if it was out of embarrassment or not, though he tried his best to push the blonde off of him. He had no luck in that and just settled on letting the blonde hold on to him. Yeah, gonna read all my essays tonight. Atsumu sighed. He really needed the bathroom, yet he just could not justify leaving Sakuatsu alone with Rose. 1. Rose seemed to be a little two-faced, or she had two different personalities and he knew Sakuatsu wouldn't be able to last alone. But he couldn't hold it forever. Sakuatsu was currently explaining to her how to improve her work, so leaving them alone wouldn't be too bad, right? I need to piss. Way to announce it. I was just letting you know. Why on earth would I need to know that you're going to piss? I dunno. I was just letting you know, okay? I case you wanted to watch or something. Sakuatsu scoffed, placing the pen that he was playing with down on the table as he turned his body round to Atsumu, who was pulling himself up, using the table as guidance. I assure you, I don't wanna see your dehydrated piss. Goddamn. And here I was thinking that you did. I'll be back. Don't miss me too much. Sakuatsu scoffed as the blonde walked off. He turned back around so that his legs were under the table once more. The atmosphere somehow already felt more tense now that Atsumu wasn't there to reduce it. Atsumu was his comfort, in this situation at least. He's an idiot. I'm aware. Sakuatsu squinted until she laughed. Do you guys even like each other all that much? You sure insult each other a whole lot. What? Of course I do. I love him. Sakuatsu looked down at the table, his hands playing with one another from beneath the table. He felt blood rise to his cheeks. Fuck. What had he just said? That was so embarrassing. Maybe you should tone down the insults. I'm kinda getting the idea you hate each other. She laughed again, but Sakuatsu didn't reciprocate it. I don't think my relationship concerns you. Thanks. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. It's fine. Your essay is really good, by the way. I don't think I needs much work. You made it seem like you were doing awfully. I thought I was. I didn't mean to be a bother. It's fine. I can help a little anyways. She smiled as she leaned in slightly closer to him, Sakuatsu shuffling slightly away, but she didn't budge, not even an inch. It's good to see actual good spelling for once at least. What do you mean? Atsumu is awful at it. Somehow he always gets the simplest of words wrong. Rude. Sakuatsu turned his head to his left slightly, taking a break from the energy that he had focused on Rose's work. He had her correcting parts of her work anyways, so there wasn't exactly anything he could do. He raised an eyebrow, watching as Atsumu's pencil traced the previously blank paper in front of him. What are you drawing? Atsumu looked up to him, a small smile at his lips. Nothing. You didn't let me see your art. Oh come on. Show me. Atsumu smirked as he dropped his pencil on the table, lifting his image up to show Sakusa it. Do ya like it? It was a picture of him and Sakusa, Atsumu's arm around Sakusa's shoulder. Sakusa looked extremely unimpressed in the image, and he wondered if that was what he usually looked like. The drawing was awfully drawn in Sakusa's opinion. Atsumu's arm looked extremely long and his face a little wonky, though that didn't make him like it any less. It's ugly. HAA. Rude. I still love it though. We should frame it. Didn't you just say it was ugly? I like it okay. We can keep it. Atsumu smiled as he turned his head back to the table. His cheeks perked as he continued drawing. He wanted to at least finish it. Dash. Does Atsumu not like me or something? Sakusa raised an eyebrow. Atsumu had left to go to the kitchen barely 2 minutes ago to make a drink. It wasn't like Atsumu actually had anything to do whilst he was sat with them. Sakusa wasn't surprised he got bored. Why do you ask? From what he could feel in through the floor, he assumed Atsumu was doing something stupid in the other room. Either he was dancing or stomping extremely hard on the white tiles. I don't know. I just get a feeling he doesn't. He hasn't been too nice to me the whole time I've been here. What do you mean? I don't think you guys have spoken much the whole time. I don't know. I just get the feeling he doesn't like me. He keeps giving me dirty from across the table. Sakusa chuckled and then sighed, looking towards the wall instead of Rose. Yeah, that's Atsumu for you. But he said some really mean things when I first got here. He did? Like what? Just some things. Can you talk to him about it? It kinda hurt my feelings. Sure. As if on cue, Atsumu bursted into the room, his eyes wide as he trotted over to Sakusa where he practically pushed his phone into the taller male's face. Kyumi squirmed to get away. The hell? What do you want? I can't see what you're showing me. Look. I can't. The phone's too close. Right double quotation mark. You're just blind. Fix your vision. Or maybe pull the phone away from my face so I can actually see. Atsumu sighed, pulling his phone away from Sakusa's face a little, not by much, just enough for Sakusa to actually be able to make out the words on the screen. Sakusa's eyes widened, his eyes reading the lettering Instagram. One new message from Shoyo. What? Is this about what you were talking about earlier? I dunno. I haven't opened it yet. Don't. We'll open it later. HAA. How can I resist the temptation? Try harder. Omi. Dash. Thank you for having me round. It helped a lot. Oh, it's fine. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you. You too. But, hey. Could I get your number? What? Nothing like that of course. Just, if I'm struggling with something I could like, I don't know, text you? Right double quotation mark. Okay I guess. Sakusa reluctantly pulled his phone from his pocket, Rose doing the same yet willingly, a smile on her lips and her cheeks lightly dusted pink. She unlocked her phone, clicking on the contacts app where Sakusa put his number in. She smiled as she said her goodbyes once again, stuffing her phone back into her pocket. Thank you Kyumi, see you around. Oh, see you. With that she walked off, Sakusa quickly slamming the door closed before rushing over to wherever he assumed Atsumu was. Socializing was hard, he had had enough of people being Rose. He hated how she called him Kyumi. Last time he checked they weren't on a first name basis, but he was too anxious to correct her, so he decided to leave it as it was. Either way, he hadn't time to think about Rose. He had a certain idiot to look after, or scold for reading the message from Hinata if he did even after he told him not to. Omi, is she gone? Atsumu called out from the kitchen as Sakusa walked into the room. Atsumu was laid on the countertop, playing with his phone as he killed time waiting for Sakusa. He smiled as Kyumi walked in, sitting up, Sakusa surprisingly sitting beside him. She's gone. Thank fuck. She gave me a headache. She wasn't that bad. I'm just drained. She was out for my guts Omi. She could have at least made it a little less obvious that she hated me. Sakusa chuckled. Even I could tell she didn't like you. She doesn't seem to be the best at hiding it. But anyways, enough about her. Let's talk about that message. You didn't read it right? Atsuma stayed silent, his head turning away from Sakuatsu as he sheepishly bit his bottom lip. You read it, didn't you? I couldn't resist the temptation, Omi. It's not my fault. Then whose fault is it? Shoyo's, of course. He's the one who messaged me. Sakuatsu scoffed, the blonde looking back to him, still with a sheepish expression at his lips. Just, what did he say? Yes, right. He asked to go get coffee, Omi. Atsumu practically beamed Sakuatsu's way. Kyumi swore he saw stars in his eyes, and he couldn't help but smile back. Atsumu always looked gorgeous when he smiled. Really? Yes. Omi, what does this mean? Do ya think he still likes me? I'm so excited, Omi. Well, it's definitely a good sign. Atsumu's hands clung onto the edge of the counter tightly as he stared at the wall, probably imagining the whole event in his head. Sakuatsu placed a hand on top of Atsumu's head, ruffling the blonde's hair as he turned his head back to look at him with flushed cheeks. I guess things are really going your way, huh? MHM. Shoyo wants to see me. I'm so excited, I've missed him so much. Do ya think he's missed me too? Probably if he's the one who asked. Atsumu shook with excitement, his arms flinging themselves around Kyumi's shoulders and neck. Thank you, Omi. It's nothing. When are you meeting anyways? Tomorrow morning. At 10 a.m. So not this evening? No. Why? Let's go get groceries. HAA. No. Why? Let me stay here and fantasize. No. Dash. I hate you so much. Good. And I wanted my ramen. Why couldn't you just leave me at home to think about Shoyo? Because I like seeing you suffer. Atsumu scoffed as he pushed the shopping cart behind Sakuatsu, though he couldn't resist the urge to shove it into his back. Do you mind? You're the one who said you like seeing me suffer. Like, calm down, Omi. Jeez. You know I didn't mean it like that. I don't. Oh. Omi, grab that sushi. Sakuatsu hummed and did as Atsumu requested, picking the sushi up and admiring it for a moment before throwing it into the blonde's face. He instantly groaned, but Sakuatsu laughed. Omi, the hell? What? I got you your sushi, didn't I? What do you have to complain about? I didn't want it in my... Atsumu cut himself off, his hands now holding the sushi lazily, though his eyes set sight on Sakuatsu's face and the small and rare smile on his lips. Atsumu's head looked down again, his cheeks heating up. To think he could make Sakuatsu smile. And he did, a lot more than he even realized. What? Nothing. Keep shopping, you dumb, useless, glorious idiot. What? N-dash. Omi, push me. What? Sakuatsu turned around to find an idiot in his shopping cart. He had moved the food to the sides to avoid squishing anything as he was sitting in the center. Oh my god, what are you doing? Push me, Omi. No. Absolutely not. Get out now. Don't be such a bummer, Omi. Push me. Come on. I am not pushing you. Now get out before anyone sees you. He half whispered, though his tone completely changed after he saw Atsumu's expression. Why you think I'm embarrassing? What? No. Then push me. Now. Right now. Atsumu. Please. My amazing, awesome, handsome husband. Sakuatsu sighed as he walked towards the cart, dropping the item he had in his hand into Atsumu's lap before walking to the back of the cart. I'm not your husband. Not yet. Push me, Omi. What are you? 5. Atsumu turned his head around to Sakuatsu, his bottom lip puffed out. Just push me, Omi. There's people around. So? Who cares what they think? Let loose, Omi. Sakuatsu sighed, his hands grabbing at the handle. Atsumu beamed and turned around almost too excitedly, rocking back and forth in place. Fine, but I'm not pushing you fast. Why not? I don't wanna get kicked out, idiot. But you know I like it better fast. Sakuatsu stayed silent for a moment before he picked up a box of sushi from the cart, using it to hit the blonde on the head. Atsumu instantly groaned and then whined in Sakuatsu's direction, rubbing the back of his head softly. Sakuatsu chuckled as he leaned down slightly. Omi. The hell. You know I like it when you whine. It was Atsumu's turn to be silent as he quickly turned back around, clasping a hand to his face as his cheeks bursted a vibrant shade of red. I hate ya. Dash. Atsumu, what the fuck? Sakuatsu shouted as he clung onto the edges of the cart, his life flashing before his eyes as Atsumu pushed him down every aisle. Somehow the blonde had convinced Sakuatsu to get into the cart instead of him to show him how it was really done. Sakuatsu was extremely reluctant, not wanting to embarrass himself, but the endless pestering soon got to him. Though now he wish it didn't. We're gonna get kicked out, idiot. Slow down. Omi, it will be fine. It wasn't fine. They got kicked out. Sakuatsu sighed as he left the store empty-handed, the blonde walking sheepishly behind him, rubbing the back of his head as he tried to catch up with Sakuatsu. I'm sorry. No, you're not. I am, I swear. Sakuatsu sighed, glaring at Atsumu through the corner of his eye, the blonde laughing in reply. It's fine. I'm not pissed we got kicked out. I just didn't get my fucking food. I'm sorry, Omi. We can go somewhere else. Sakuatsu groaned, resting his hand to his forehead for a moment until he chuckled, looking down to Atsumu slightly. I'm never even considering pushing you around in a shopping cart again. HAA. Why not? What do you mean why not? Look what's happened, idiot. But it was fun. Sakuatsu looked down at the ground. That was one thing he couldn't deny. Who knew that somehow this idiotic blonde could even make going to the grocery store exciting? He felt free, but also like he wanted to beat the shit out of the blonde. Whatever. So you admit it. You had fun, right? Not right now since I don't have my fucking food. But you did have fun? I did. I knew it. I knew you would find it fun. I'd rather we didn't get kicked out. Well, my goal wasn't exactly to be kicked out either, you know. It just happened in consequence to our fun. We can go to another store if you want. No, let's just go home. Atsumu raised an eyebrow, the pair of them making eye contact. HAA. What about groceries? I have assignments I need to start. Come on. We won't be long. What's your deal with wanting to go shopping all of a sudden? Omi. We should go cause chaos in another store. Sakuatsu scoffed. Absolutely not. We are going home. HAA. Why can't we? We've had too much chaos today already. Let's not get any more. But it was fun. It was. And now it's over, and we're going home. Atsumu squinted for a moment before attempting to walk in the opposite direction to Sakuatsu, a pout on his lips. Where are you going? To another store, Omi. Since you won't come with me. Atsumu turned his head fully around as he attempted to walk off, though he was stopped by a hand grabbing his own. Sakuatsu's hand. Atsumu's cheeks instantly heated up as he turned his body back around, a free hand half covering his flustered features. We're going home. Oh okay. We have no sushi, Omi. Atsumu groaned as he slammed the fridge door closed, whining towards Sakuatsu's direction, who was sat on the countertop cross-legged, his laptop in front of him. And whose fault is that? Yes. You wouldn't let me go to another store. No, you got us kicked out of the first one. Doesn't mean I would have done if we went into another store. I don't believe it. Atsumu groaned, walking over to when Kayumi was sat, staring at him with a pout. Can we go get something? Please. No, I'm busy. Plus you should be leaving soon. HAA. What? Sakuatsu raised an eyebrow as he took a moment to look away from his laptop, focusing his vision on Atsumu instead. You forgot? Forgot what? Sakuatsu's eyes widened and his mouth opened as he laughed. You actually did forget? Wow, I'm genuinely surprised. After all the whining from yesterday too. Geez. What do ya mean? You're going out with Shoyo today, right? Atsumu looked confused for a moment, his elbows resting down on the counter just beside Sakuatsu's laptop, his head laying down on the table as he felt a tingle beneath his cheeks. Of course I didn't forget, but we still have time to go out, you know. 1. I can't be bothered. 2. No we don't. HAA. It's 9:30 AM, idiot. What? Atsumu's head immediately flung itself up, his eyes widening as he looked in Sakuatsu's direction. No way. I can't be already. I just woke up. You woke up 2 hours ago. HAA. How did I do that? I swear I just woke up. I guess you're just really good at wasting time. Shut up, Omi. I'm gonna go shower. Pick out an outfit for me. He ordered as he began to speed walk towards the bathroom. What? No. Get your own stuff out. I'm busy, Omi. You get it for me. I'm not going anywhere near your shit. Atsumu stopped walking momentarily to turn behind himself, glaring at Sakuatsu with slightly squinted eyes. You hold my hand whenever the fuck you feel like it. Plus you cuddle me. I'm sure you can go find a decent outfit for me. He then turned back around, walking into the bathroom and slamming the door closed. Sakuatsu scoffed but did as Atsumu requested, reluctantly hopping down from the countertop and walking towards Atsumu's bedroom. He sighed before he opened the blonde's wardrobe, pulling out an outfit that he thought looked decent enough. Omi. Atsumu called for Sakuatsu from the door while putting his shoes on, a piece of bread in his mouth. Sakuatsu eventually emerged, asking Atsumu what he wanted. What? Give your husband some words of encouragement before you leave. What? What is there even to say? I dunno. Just give me something. No, you'll be late. Omi, just a little something. No, idiot. Go now, or Shoyo might think you're not interested. Atsumu pouted and whined, stuffing the last of his bread into his mouth and swallowing it before he spoke again. At least give me a kiss then. Die. Atsumu laughed, his hand tracing the door behind him until it landed on the handle. He smiled and gave Sakuatsu a little wave before he opened it. Love you too, Omi. Bye. See you. He then walked out, closing the door behind himself, a beaming smile on his face as he practically skipped to his destination. He was excited. Maybe even too excited. He had really missed Shoyo. Atsumu smiled as he entered the coffee shop. It wasn't too far from his dorm and a pretty short walk. His eyes traced the room in search for his Shoyo, his eyes sparkling as they met the back of the all too familiar ginger hair in the corner of the room. He was sat alone. Atsumu felt his cheeks heat up at the mere thought of even going over there, but he shook it off and slapped his cheeks as he began to walk over to him, pulling out the chair opposite him when he was able to. Hey. Tsumu. End of part 4. Red Heart. Hi besties. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know this one took a little longer to come out than the rest, just since I was banned on Wit. I've been having to use a different editing technique with the voice. I hope you understand. I'm still getting used to things. But anyways, I don't have anything else to say. See you in the next one besties.